Hey, this is Intercontinental Group of Awesome. Four good friends and I are going to sit down and play one of my favorite PBTA games, the released second edition. I love this hardback. Apocalypse World Second Edition. We are going to. These guys have never played in a setting that I kind of co-created with a couple of playgroups over Play by Post that I call Junk World. And anyone who watched Indie Plus stuff and got the Indie Plus anthology, there was some Junk World related stuff there, like a names list and some other cool diddly bots there. We're going to use that as a loose. So this is Elseworld's tale, no canon that hold them down, because who cares, right? Canons just should be there to inspire. So we have a cool map. That's really about it. And I'm calling it New Junk City because it's new and different. And so we have 4 players, although you will see a non-avatar for Alex, but then Alex's head talking because he's crazy. He's playing a brainer, and this is this weird experimental thing he's doing. I don't know. No, we have some tech issues, so we got a good picture on one and good sound on the other. So Alex, why don't you kick it off and tell us about your brainer?
I am father-son. He's a little bit like a proto-Hocus. He's went out into the deserts or into the junk, deep junk, came back sunburnt with some kind of religion, and a special glove.
So he found the special jug in the glove out in the junk somewhere. Yeah. Does he remember where?
The son gave it to him.
The son. Nice. Nice. Who's the father? I'm joking. Okay, good. That's good enough to start with. Let's go with Jan. Jan, tell us about your character, The News.
Yes, I'll be playing The News by my character name is Redfink. He hosts a little radio station in what's the city called again?
New Junk City.
New Junk City.
Or Sector 10. Whatever.
Yeah, he called his radio station Junkrat Radio.
Nice.
And he's been trying to give some entertainment. He plays some music and sometimes has people from the city over as guests.
Cool. Let's talk real quick about the studio, because you need to build a studio, yes. Correct? So tell us a little bit about it.
So there's a few. So the default things are that it can hold up to 2 to 4 people comfortably, with broadcast equipment and a single NPC guard, who I've decided to call Brick. The amenities had to choose 2, which are a Savvy Heads workshop, which has the option of Weird-Ass Electronica, because that seems to fit for a radio station. And I have an NPC assistant called Deb. So the attractions are music salvage from the Golden Age, and I have guests. The complication.
Oh, Jan, I muted you by accident. I'm so sorry. I meant to mute Jen because she has some background noise, and I clicked the wrong button. I'm worst.
That's fine. So where was I? Yeah, complication is that it's in a well-known location. There's even a little logo on top of the studio with like a rat on it with funky hair.
Nice. Did you find that rat logo and then take the name Ratfink, or did you have the name Ratfink?
Yes.
And
it was I found it somewhere and decided like, hey, let's go with that, because branding.
Nice. I like that. Is this a cartoon rat or is this?
Yes, it's a cartoon rat with spiky, funky hair.
Oh man, so it's like a punk. I'm going to make a reference you guys may not know. A punk Chuck E. Cheese kind of thing then.
I suppose, yes. I had to choose 3 informants for which are Chad, Dana, and Kareem. My biggest fan is Koshek. And the 2 people I've pissed the fuck off are Rabies and Miles. They're all in the holdings and shit tab if you...
You don't want to piss off a guy called Rabies.
Yeah, that is a very true statement. I'm going to share with you a picture of Chuck E. Cheese because I imagine you guys don't know who Chuck E. The E standing for entertainment. Chuck E. Cheese.
I've heard of the idea of the. It's
I know
like
there's
not restaurants. Yeah,
you're not missing out.
Yeah.
But here's somebody wearing a Chuck E. Cheese outfit. Just a little creepy. Wow. Okay. Yeah, we'll go with something similar. Oh, the Chuck E. Cheese used to look very different back in the day. So there's an older, and they'll stop. There you go. All right. Go on and on. Sweet. We have got a huge cast. It kind of reminds me of the setup for the Maestro D, actually. All of the cool bits. But I appreciate you dropping that all into the studio information on our holdings and shit. Yeah. Good. Koshek. Oh, wow. That's a neat name for the biggest fan. And you've pissed off Rabies. So did you piss off Rabies by doing a story about him or not doing a story about him?
Rabies, I pissed off by doing a story about him. Miles, I pissed off by not doing a story about him.
So Miles wanted the notoriety. And
Rabies didn't, because you know his name implies things, and then you drop some names, and you go like, well, you don't want to end up like, and yeah, then they start knocking on your door, and then Brick has to step in. And
what do you think if maybe Miles was trying to open up a tavern or bar or something, and he wanted you to run some advertisements for him?
Perfect.
Okay, good, awesome. I'm going to add that to our map then, and he's going to be in location 12. Why? Yeah, Jen, welcome back. So, Ratthink, his station has a well-known location, and the determination was that he has a big sign up for it that is a cartoon rat with a mohawk, kind of punk style. And I said, why not Chuck E. Cheese? And then I forced them to look at Chuck E. Cheese logos of the new and the old.
So is it in an old Chuck E. Cheese building with like the animatronic floor show and everything? Say yes, say yes.
I think we maybe kind of should do that. I think let's do that.
It does have weird ass electronics, so I mean it's very possible.
Yes. There was somebody who posted a couple weeks ago that someone on eBay had bought one of the animatronics and had taken and figured it out and synced it up to different songs, like more modern songs and stuff.
Oh no, that's great.
It was supposed to be creepy as hell.
Oh, I'll bet. Oh.
Jen, tell us about your battle babe.
Well, Grace is kind of a stranger to the area, likes to blow in and out of places. Someone who can vary between being very quiet and filling the air with conversation that after, you part ways with her, you're like, man, I don't actually know anything more than I did when I started talking. So just sort of a cool, quiet individual who plays things very surface.
Nice. Nice. She feels very, very, and of course the picture helps a lot in me getting this feeling, but the whole breezing into town seems very Western. She came from outside of Sector or New Junk City. Did she come from another holding, or was she just part of like her and her family, or what?
I feel like Grace has been on her own for a long time. Probably too early.
Okay.
I know that I've listed that she has a high-powered scoped rifle. I assume that she does not, in fact, carry it around fully assembled most of the time.
Nice.
I assume that she has sort of a boxy sling case that she has it disassembled in that she carries around.
Does this case perhaps resemble a case for a guitar? Says the person who liked the movie El Mariachi and subsequent sequels.
I mean, if it's a guitar case, then you can practically have it assembled.
True.
And then all you have to do is throw the stock on and you're done.
Is that what you want, or do you want? Were you thinking like a smaller sling then?
I'm thinking something smaller.
Okay.
Violin?
So a violin. Oh, sorry.
Maybe like a flute or oboe case kind of deal.
Oh wow. Okay. Cool.
So like those are very boxy when you case them.
Sounds good.
It's usually about this big.
Nice.
Yeah.
Good. Yeah, I like Grace. She seems very enigmatic and interesting. I'm trying to buy time because Jules is eating some lasagna, but she's supposed to introduce her character next.
I got like a huge lasagna, so I'll be eating lasagna forever. It's fine.
Oh, excellent. Yes, good.
I am playing Longshot. She is an angel. She is. She does not have an infirmary, which pretty much every angel has. She is a sort of wandering scrounger, basically. She scrounges around stuff from Junk World, which I get her as a lot of stuff to scrounge. Shouldn't be a problem. She sort of side hustles as a traveling doctor / pharmacist. And pharmacist is a euphemism for drug dealer. Yes.
Nice.
So she usually doesn't have a lot of morphine or other painkillers because they're actually worth more to sell as drugs. So she's kind of a rough doctor. She kind of likes it that way. That's all that pretty much I have. She has some brainer stuff going on. She likes a healing touch, and she does augury on dead people.
Yes. When someone has died in her care, she can use their body for augury.
Yeah. Or if they're unconscious, which could happen at any point when they black out from the screaming because I have no morphine.
Wow. Stop being such a baby. I'm gonna shake.
Exactly. Jesus. Come on. I'm saving your life here. Hello.
Yeah. You won't feel any pain if you're dead. Shut up. Okay. This is a motley crew. I love it. Let's roll around and do some actually, let me ask. So Longshot, what is your relationship with Rabies, the guy who happens to hate Father's son? Or no, I'm sorry, I hate Ratfink.
Huh.
You don't need to give up any HX. I actually just want to know, just like a random
I was just
question.
looking at my sheet for inspiration.
Have you healed him at some point, or has he
I was thinking it's very basic, but I think I'm probably cured his rabies.
Nice.
So, like, it's pretty hard to cure, so it probably still has some unfortunate ragey side effects. But like, he's not dying, so that's good, right? And he only foams at the mouth when he gets excited.
Oh man, that is delightful. Do not get bit by rabies, because he's still a carrier. Thank you for giving me that giant loaded gun. Oh, so great. Let's do HX now. That was lovely. So let's start. We'll buy some more time for Jules to eat lasagna. I'm so jealous. I haven't had lasagna in forever.
I have lasagna.
I know, right? I had a PB&J sandwich for lunch, guys. Dang it. Father, son, why don't you kick off your HX. There, I'll do it the British way.
Okay.
HX.
What's the American way?
Just H.
Okay.
But they do say herbs.
Yeah, who even knows? Oh, quick thing, completely unrelated to this, but sharing it anyway. Check out who KFC's Twitter account follows. That's all I'll say. If you know it already, it's great.
I
It's
do.
very hilarious. Yes, it's so funny.
The Spice Girls and a couple of guys called Herb.
Yes, it follows 11 accounts, the Spice Girls, and 6 guys named Herb. It's the best.
Okay, yeah, my HX. Well, H. Who would have slept in my presence, knowingly or unknowingly? I mean, in my headcanon, I imagine when I first came back out of the junk wastelands, I probably was in pretty rough shape. So,
You want the
You're
angel to
suggesting
slap in your...
Longshot.
I mean, I could have.
Eh?
I mean, if Longshot would have slept, you know, after keeping me alive.
Sure, that works.
I mean, there's
I'm totally up for sort of hanging around to see whether or not you're going to live or die. So,
Hard to get paid if they die.
Yeah. Also, like, there's nothing in that history line that says that the brainer can't also be asleep.
No. Yeah. I mean, who knows how my powers work?
You certainly didn't at
I'm
the
all
time.
weird.
Yeah.
Nice. I love it. Awesome. What's your next HX?
Which one of you have I been watching carefully in secret? I mean, that's on me more. I feel maybe Ratfink, because, you know, everyone should, worship the sun, and he's a good outlet for telling people the message.
Yeah, and I don't care all that much, so...
Yeah.
That's a bummer.
Yeah.
Cool.
I mean, much to my annoyance. And I mean, this is one somebody else could decide. Well, okay, there's only one option. Grace, would you like to dislike and distrust me?
Sure.
Unless somebody else would really like that, and that can override whatever the other options we've chosen.
No, I can do that.
Cool.
You're a cult leader. That seems weird. Or
Well,
you
I have
want
no
to be a
cult.
cult leader.
I want to be.
Yeah. It's almost worse.
I'm a
Can't even say
wannabe cult
like,
leader.
oh, they just showed up, guys. Though you're like cultivating a cult.
And
Yeah.
it's right now you're at that stage where all the time you just sound really needy. Do you want to talk about the sun? Do you? Huh?
Would you like to hear the message of the sun?
Yeah.
Good. Radfink, you have a very easy one.
I do. Father, son, can I count on you to tell me the truth?
Let's just say no.
Longshot, can I count on you to tell me the truth?
yes, but you're not going to like it.
Grace, can I count on you to tell me the truth?
Man, I feel like that's a neither nor situation for her.
I'm afraid I need a yes or no answer.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, you can't trust me to tell the truth.
No? Okay.
Mostly because I'm just not going to tell you anything.
Done.
All right. I love HX. It's so fast.
All right. Which one of you do I figure is doomed to self-destruction? Well, that has to be father-son.
Yeah, I thought that was going to be.
I would have been good too.
That's true. Which one of you has... I'm going to skip that one to do the final one first. Which one of you has been beside me all along and has seen everything I've seen?
I mean,
Well, since if I think I got it that Grace is more of a drifter.
Yeah, so I feel like
So
1, 2,
I
3
think
not
this
it.
one is better for me.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Like, and also, it's probably not that safe to go across Junk World without at least some kind of protection. So, and since I only have a big knife, it would be kind of nice to have a Battle Babe as company.
Yeah.
That leaves
works.
you, Ratfink, which having to put a hand in when it mattered and help me save a life. If that works for you. Otherwise, it can be father-son.
Oh, yes,
Father-son can
absolutely.
also... Yes? Okay.
That works.
Excellent. Now I have to write this all down somewhere.
you just delete the where it says right and just put the name.
Oh, yeah.
That's
Fair
the
enough.
best way.
Cool. Last but not least, we have Grace.
All right. Well, this is going to be very simple. Same as for Ratfink. Father, son, I'm starting with you. Can I trust you?
No.
Cool.
Mhm.
Ratfink, can I trust you?
Yes, but not to keep a secret.
Well, that's its own kind of trust. Longshot, can I trust you?
What is trust exactly?
Yeah, no.
What is trust?
All right, we're done. Bam.
We are done. I am amazed that it's the quickest and the best.
Yep.
Really, really good.
Yeah, so Jules, am I the person who's been beside you all along? I got kind of lost when you were talking about that.
Yes, you have been beside me all along because we're the only wasteland traveling type people.
Ah, gotcha.
Also because you're a battle babe. That's really nice.
Uh-huh, fair.
Nice. This is good. Okay. Good. We have our HX. We have some general ideas here for the group. And so now we could just jump in. We did fall back an hour here. So I don't know how late it is for you guys. How many
good.
hours of game do we have? And you also just got back on the train ride and all that kind of stuff. So what are we looking at for game times? A couple hours good? Hour and a half?
2.5? At least 2. Definitely.
At least 2, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm good.
At least 2. Okay, beautiful. Then what we're going to do is first session type stuff. Follow you guys around, get to know a little bit about your lives in New Junk City. I may throw in a few things from time to time. And who knows? May end up having a fight. We'll see. I'm a fan of your characters, as you know. Hopefully you are aware of that by now. But if not, I'll just assure you that I'm here to make your lives difficult because I'm interested in your story. And you guys are the stars. New Junk City and Junk World. I'm not going to openly declare if this is Earth, old Earth, another planet. Doesn't really matter. It is a gigantic trash landscape. Perhaps it's like Wall-E and all of the rich people left Earth. Perhaps this is just the planet that all of Earth's stuff was sent to. Either way, there are unending heaps, hills, and even mountains of small bits of trash and detritus, all the way up to entire buildings, such as an old Chuck E. Cheese restaurant that maybe it was here, maybe it was just picked up whole cloth and dropped here. We're not sure. There is a population that has eked out a living, and we're going to find out a little bit about how that has happened in a place that probably has quite a few toxic areas around.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll start with the orange sun rising slowly on the horizon. It is another morning for you, Grace. When you wake up, do you have a place of your own here in New Junk City?
Yeah, I feel like I probably secured a spot right away. I'm pretty good at finding places where you can watch the exits and getting myself set up.
So New Junk City, are there empty shacks around here, or did you take a place over?
There's plenty of empty spaces. You just have to be careful hunting them out because everything is so much compacted garbage. You don't want to set up shop in a place that's about to collapse, for instance. And you don't want to set up shop in a place that's already claimed, which means that you have to case a joint a little bit, and ruffle some feathers, shake some people, throw a little jinkle around.
Nice. So we have a map. Oh, sorry. Hold on.
We have a map, and I haven't looked at it.
Yeah, let me throw it your way because.
Oh, I see it now. I mean, it's a tab on the spreadsheet, right?
It is.
Bam.
But I also have a Google drawing, so if we want to make changes to that map, I'll switch it around and re-upload. So that I did this as a JPEG type deal. We have a map. I'm imagining that there are enough trash has been pushed out and leveled out for there to be some shacks. Although I love the idea of there being stacks of like cars and other mounds of trash. So some of these shacks are not at all stable, and perhaps let's say that New Junk City used to be bigger and things have just kind of collapsed in on some of the edges.
Sure.
So you have found one of the, you feel, more secure shacks. Are you near, there is a bar called Pips, because the guy who started it is named Pip. Are you near Pips or far from Pips?
I'm near Pips.
Cool. Okay.
Just a little bit of flavor setup. I feel like, you know, those 4-foot diameter cement sewer main sections. I feel like probably the place I have right now is one of those lined with, you know, stuff that's soft enough to sleep on and tarped on both sides on top of just a stack of other differentiated garbage.
Oh, that's cool. I really love that image. Do you have a ladder? Do you have to climb up to get there?
I do have a ladder. I tend to roll it up behind me.
Smart. Do you wake up? Oh, just a quick warning. Not sure if you can hear that. There's evidently going to be a Blue Angels thing coming up soon. So a number of the Navy jets are practicing soaring overhead. I saw yesterday there were like 4 jets and they were all literally like inches away from each other and doing cool formation things. It's mind-blowing but loud. So if you hear that, it's not World War III. It's totally cool. Don't worry about it. Unless my feed goes away, then worry just a little bit.
Okay.
All right. Do you wake up alone, Grace?
Yes, I do.
Cool. What's your morning look like? And what do you do for Jingle?
Well, I wake up and, you know, I rinse out my mouth. I actually have a little breakout, like another pipe in pipe sort of section, and that's where I make all of my fires and shit. It's not big enough to crawl through, so I don't feel bad about leaving that mostly unblocked unless it gets cold. So I brew my...
Does it get cold? Is it a cold season?
I mean, it can get chilly at night, but it's not super cold. I'm just sort of planning ahead in case the weather shifts, which, I mean, I feel like probably the weather is erratic. Maybe not reliable, at least.
You're planning ahead. That's interesting for a person who blows in and blows out. Is there something about New Junk City that has changed your opinion, or is that just the way you're wired? You don't plan on staying, but you plan on making it work if you do?
It's more like I hate being caught off guard. In general, my character has a mind where she wants to be in control of the situations that she's in.
Nice.
Yeah. And mostly what I do for Jingle is, if I can, I scrounge. If I can't, I steal. And if I can't do either of those, or if something crops up, as it often does, I am willing to take out contracts on people.
And by take contracts, you mean that
Fuck.
someone pays you some jingle and you...
And
kill
I make their heads go away, yeah.
All right. Awesome. Are you working a gig now, or do you want to be in the middle of working a gig, or are you between stuff?
Right now I'm in Junk City because I am on the hunt for something cool. For something high tech. Ratfink, what do you think would be cool for me to be trying to scrounge out of Junk City? What's something you broadcast as a rumor?
Well, let's see. It's probably like you would probably be interested in something that's at least somewhat portable.
Mm-hmm.
Tough question. Oh, maybe you're even maybe you're looking for like a vehicle, like
Sure.
a motorcycle or like a bus, but it's missing some parts.
Man, I don't know. I
Not sure
wouldn't
if you're
ride.
looking for something big or small.
I mean, I wouldn't. Motorcycles are cool, but I wouldn't ride a motorcycle around this world because there's just too much shit everywhere. You know, 2 wheels is not enough wheels to keep yourself up and going. What's a particular? You know, I'm looking for a tracked vehicle, one of those light military trucks where they have like 2 bulletproof wheels in the front and then a track in the rear.
Nice.
The Junk World Holy Grail.
Monster truck. Nice.
I mean, it's not really a monster truck, but now I'm going to go and look for images like that.
No, I totally know what you mean. In fact, I was watching Fury Road, one of the behind-the-scene things that somebody put up on YouTube, where they showed some of the vehicles, and there was a tracked vehicle that can go, I think they said something like 60 kilometers. It was one of the fastest tracked vehicles ever.
Damn.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, I found an adorable tracked vehicle in just a very quick Google search. Also, somebody put this up in the world. What great people. So that thing's just cute as hell.
It is like a smart car meets a...
It's the car version of Wall-E.
Yeah, it's very cute.
Is this your Holy Grail?
Yeah,
That's what it looks like. Look at that sucker.
Right.
Wow, that's
Blink,
flashing.
blink,
That's really
blink.
annoying.
That's real weird. Huh. Well, at least it was easy to make it stop.
There we go. I think it's because I was broadcasting the whole screen. There we go.
Yeah.
Awesome.
So cute.
It is pretty cute. Cute.
Yeah. I mean,
Oh,
I
that.
assume you can put something more useful than a whole lot of flat nothing on the back.
I would hope so.
Same.
Like a big gun. Sorry.
Man, that seems like a waste, honestly.
Killer. Yeah, so you're looking for some of that. Now, There is just outside of New Junk City. You take a look at the. Wow, did I lose the map? I'll have to go and come back. There we go. So if you take a look at the map, there is a place called the West Mountains. And among the West Mountains is the place where, as you're waking up, there are a number of small children that have woken up and they are trudging their way towards the West Mountains because there's a place called Firestone. And that's where the kids, the scrounger kids go and they clean stuff. And there's a solution that they use that will, over time, wear away the fingerprints and slowly their fingers will start to dissolve to nubs if they work for too long at Firestone. That's the best place to get your stuff cleaned, right? It's a lot of junk, and they use the right kind of solutions to get it all shiny and chrome. So you can send stuff off that way, and it'll come back for, just for a jingle or so. It's well worth the money you spend. So how do you look for this scrounge? Like, how are you looking for this tracked vehicle? Do you ask around? Do you hunt in the junk? Do you have a lead?
I have a lead, which is why I came into town.
Okay. So you have a lead. Is this lead that someone has one and you might be able to take it from them? Or is this a lead more along the lines of a roughly sketched map where someone saw some of it, of the pieces that you described?
Roughly sketched map.
Okay. Okay. Cool. So with it being a roughly sketched map, New Junk City is your central point that you venture out from, out into the junk then?
Sure. Yeah.
Okay. Cool. So you get up in the morning, grab your stuff, wash out your mouth. Do you just head out as soon as possible to avoid the heat of the day, or is this a thing where you don't mind the heat?
I don't mind the heat that badly, but I don't like wasting time either. So as soon as I'm woken up and taken care of and more or less clean and dressed, I leave.
Okay.
I'll maybe pull my scope out of my kit and scope out a few points and then move on.
Nice. So I see this, like you climb up on top of the big concrete sewer pipe thing and scope out find a few points of interest, and then you head that way. It's very Breath of the Wild, I think, except not at all.
Sure, but whatever.
Yeah, sure. A few weeks ago, my son got a Switch, so that's awesome. We're gonna jump away from you. That's a good idea of where you're coming from, Grace. Thank you. Let's. Hopefully, enough lasagna has been eaten that we could hear from our angel. Longshot.
Yes.
You don't have an infirmary. Bold choice.
Yeah.
As the sun comes up in the morning, are you an early riser, a late riser?
I am watching over someone because when I get into Junk City, I don't come in that often, but I trade away most of the fluids that I've contained, or mostly fluids that can be used for drugs, and I try to patch up whoever is in town, which in this case was, give me a name. Oh, I have a name list. Grip, whose foot I needed to amputate. And I'm still watching over him in the morning to see he doesn't die, or if he dies.
Did you say grip like GRIP?
Yeah.
Cool. Lost a foot. Did he lose a foot to an accident or an animal or what?
Are there vehicles? Or are vehicles pretty rare?
They're vehicles. We don't have a chopper, but there is a gang, and they have some vehicles.
Oh, well, they drove over his foot. But that was like 2 or 3 weeks ago, so it's not good.
Yeah, no wonder he's probably close to death.
Okay, so the candy bars ran over his foot. Did he deserve it?
He says he didn't. He probably did.
Ooh, cool.
Oh man.
You and your gang names.
Oh, it gets,
like
it
all
gets
these
crazy.
people are gonna like Mars and Twist and like Raider and
Oh yes. Almond Joy, whatchamacallit, yes.
Yep.
The
Watch
Candy
out.
Bar Gang. Yep. Awesome. So the candy bars had Aminon. Have they come after him since then, or was running over his foot all of the altercation that was needed?
it may have, yeah, that was enough. I think that was like his punishment or due or whatever.
Cool. So you're staying in Grip's place then? Since do you have a place of your own? You just happen to be.
No, I just well, there's probably some places that like rent out cots or just have spaces, and I just crash there for some jingle. Like
Okay.
the junk world equivalent of a hotel. It's just probably like here's a square meter that you can sleep on. I have like I have like camping gear and stuff, so I can make do. It's fine.
Nice. I like that a lot. Grip's still asleep.
But breathing?
But breathing. He did survive the night. You know, there's always the chance of infection here. How much supplies are you willing to give over to Grip to keep him alive?
Well, he's paying me for them, I hope. So, yeah, I'm definitely willing to spend some supplies on him, like some anti-infection.
What does Grip do? Is Grip wealthy, or he just happens to have enough jingle to pass your way right now?
Is there a heart holder in his place?
There's a guy by the name of Upper 10.
Upper 10. I feel like Grip is like a minion of his minions. Like he does like official junk world business, but he's clearly like not a bigwig.
Well, he's not on Ratfink's list, so he can't be that much of a bigwig.
There you go.
Awesome. Grip wakes up. Water. Got some water?
How are you feeling? How much pain are you in from a scale from 1 to last night?
This morning. Not good. Are you giving me do I get a peg?
I gave you some antibiotics. That's all you need.
No, I need more. More drugs. It hurts. It hurts
Pain
real
is not
bad.
pain is not going to kill you. The gangrene would have killed you. So, do you have barter to pay me for the antibiotics I already gave you?
They're called the candy bars, not green.
Yeah, fair. Still, I saved your life. And I just pumped some very expensive medicines into you, and I need to know if you can pay me for them.
Yeah, my account was Upper 10. Just go get what you need from him.
Okay. And after I do that, then I'll get you some water.
I'm gonna die of thirst.
No, he'll just live and be unhappy. I pat him on the head.
Nice. So you leave Grip in his little squat hovel.
Yeah, and when I walk out, I take the bottle of water that I had there for myself.
You're kind of the worst. It's great. Sweet. That is great. I can't help it. I think the two of you are going to run into each other, right? Because that seems appropriate.
Sure.
You're headed up towards Upper 10s, which means you need to pass by Pip's bar. And at that point is when Grace is headed towards, the first of several points that she's plotted out there.
I will, and I see her, I'll definitely greet her because she has protected me many times in the past. Say, hey, Grace.
Hey, you.
I just got in yesterday.
Oh, good. Having a good morning?
Yeah, pretty much. How are things going with you?
I'm like flipping a coin in one hand and like walking it between my fingers. And I'm like, it's an easy morning so far.
Is this... You have broody face. Are you brooding on a project?
Who says I make broody face?
It's the thing you do with your jaw.
My
Okay,
jaw.
It's like you chew it a little bit.
And like I copy the chew face back at you.
Exactly, like that.
Huh. I am on my way to a site.
What's there?
Probably a bunch of garbage.
My favorite stuff. Well, I'm heading up to Upper 10 to try to get paid for healing one of his flunkies.
Oh. Upper 10 is the fellow in the high tower, right?
Mm-hmm. I hope to catch him in good mood.
You worried about that?
Better to be safe than sorry. And he'll probably pay me some jingle to share.
Days are long. Come on.
Yeah.
Nice. See if you turn it and head up towards Upper Tens, and now we'll scoot away to greet Father Sun. Father Sun, as a worshiper of the sun, when the morning comes and day breaks, what are you doing?
I think his morning ritual is definitely just like staring right at the sunrise. Yes.
Nice.
And with whoever he's managed to, if he's managed to get anyone to do it with him.
Sweet. I think that he has gotten Miles, who's seated with him. Miles is. Do you guys ever seen? Again, this is like, I don't know if this is a thing in Europe, but like crappy folding outdoor beach type chairs that have these plasticky cushion things,
like garden furniture stuff.
Yeah. He's got a garden furniture seat cushion. Then he's seated in a sloppy version of the lotus position near you. Are you on the outskirts of town, or are you on top of your own flat? Where are you? As you greet the sun.
I mean, which side of the map would be the sunrise? I mean, it doesn't have to be.
Sunrise is in the east. It's opposite the West Mountains.
Yeah. So on that side of. Can't see the map at the moment.
You can't click away from it and back. Yeah, drawings uploaded to Google Sheets are always tweaked.
So on the west side, what's 11? What's Chloe's?
What is Chloe's? Chloe's probably the place where Chloe lives. Do you want that to be where you stay right now?
The candy bars? Is she the leader of the candy bars?
I don't know. She doesn't have a candy bar name. So it seems to be a little out of theme.
What's her surname? Actually, the candy bar carriage would get line of sight on the sunrise.
Oh, nice. So you want to go over to the candy bar's garage, and that's where you climb up on top. Do you stay there? Are you trying to get in good with the candy bars?
I think my kind of gig tends to be get secrets on people, use those secrets to get what I want. Though also people will hire me to do that for them. I think I'm here to get secrets on candy bars. Maybe for
I'm assuming
Tens place.
They don't know this, right? Yeah, you're working for. That sounds great to me.
Yeah, I mean, maybe they think I'm just. Maybe they've not paid me enough, but enough to think that they have me working for them.
Nice. So you are secretly working for Upper 10 to get secrets on the candy bars because they're the only semi-militarized force that doesn't work for Upper 10 or really give two shits about it. So you're up there on top of the garage. It's a slab of concrete that they've made into their roof. And Miles is there with you on his little cushion. And we'll say that just because this is interesting to her, Payday has climbed up the makeshift ladder to come out here and watch you greet the sun. Payday she's one of the newer members of the gang, and because she's made it into the candy bars, that gives her a great deal of swagger. Older candy bars have their own kind of swagger, but it's a lot less showy. She's young, so she's definitely overdoing it. So she'll come stand near you, arms crossed, as you stare at the sun. She says,
I think I sense, or I hear her approach, and I just kind of look around and gesture to a spot beside me and say, the sun has enough light for all of us.
yeah. So you just stare at it?
And it says back.
Uh-huh. You're gonna go blind.
I kind of look at her and one of my eyes is actually kind of fucked up from either sunburn or staring to the sun or something, but it's not in the best condition. Just
There's food down there.
I walk, I get up and I think because I have to, I think I need to show her my power. It's usually the best way to. I think that's how I got Miles. I got his
Proved
secrets and then just showed I know everything. So I kind of touch her arm as I pass.
Okay. With the glove? Or
Yes.
Okay. She'll learn.
I don't know if it's something that's. I mean, it's obviously a weird thing that I have, but I don't know if it's obvious.
What does it look like?
Actually, there is an image. I shared it.
Oh, it looks like it does in the thing.
Yeah, in the picture.
That's the cool thing about playing with a guy who does art. Besides amazing me, you get to be lazy and not that
So
creative.
it's got weird little cables coming kind of from the back of the fingertips, and then on the underside, it's kind of got these little, almost like suction cup things.
That looks safe.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not at all scary.
Nah.
Okay.
I
So you
think
going for a deep brain scan then?
yeah, I am, because I can't help myself. Deep brain scan is, of course, roll plus weird, yes. And am I weird? Sorry.
It's all good. I imagine your weird's a 2 or a 3.
Put
It's a
the
2.
2 in the modifier and submit. Maybe that's not the right thing. Should I just do that again, or?
Yeah, let me clear all these off. And what you can do is just
6.
select that 6 and the 1 right by father son. Just click on each of them, and you should be able to just re-roll selected.
Reroll selected. Oh, no, if I move away from it. Okay, there. It's changed,
Nice!
finally.
Okay, yeah, you got an 11 there. And with your 2, that means a 13. That is delightful and powerful and scary. Let's see, on Deep Brain Scan, on a 10 plus, you hold 3. While you're reading them, you can spend your hold to ask their player, this is an NPC, questions, 1 for 1.
I would like to ask, for what does your character crave forgiveness, and of whom?
Oh,
That's usually a good one.
it is usually a good one. So, Payday, she was one of a couple of recruits, and AJ Almondjoy, one of the seniors, had them out and took them all out into the waste by Brown Lake and said that they had to fight for it. Only one of them. They only had one ride to give out. and so they had to fight for it. And the girl that is Payday had to choke to death Sloggy, one of her friends. So that's who she wants forgiveness from.
And in what way is your character, is she most vulnerable in what way are her mind and soul vulnerable?
That's the key. You realize that if you convinced her that you could either speak to Sloggy or that you had some kind of connection to Sloggy, that's where she would be very vulnerable.
As I just fraction of a second passes as as my hand is still there, and I just stop, look at her and say, you know, Sloggy, she would have chosen for you to survive as well. And then I just walk past.
Nice. That is good. All right. Well, that will be where we walk away from father-son. Perhaps he needs to take care of background noise and make sure everybody's all right. So we will jump over to Ratfink. Now, do you have any opening session moves, Ratfink? I know that there is one, but I want to...
There is one, but I don't think I have taken it.
Yeah, you took no bullshit and rallied to the cause, so
Yes.
Cool beans. When do you start broadcasting?
Whenever the fuck I wake up.
So that'll be now.
Yes.
Do you sleep in the studio?
Yes, absolutely. And I mean, I guess so does Deb and so does Brick. So it's a little
Nice.
communal place.
Oh, crowded. Deb's your assistant. Brick is your bodyguard.
Yep.
What's Deb like?
She's she's good for technical stuff, but she also has like this buttery smooth voice, so she definitely also steps in on behind the microphone. Does a little show in the evening called The Deb of Night.
Oh, that's delightful. So do you guys normally work off shifts then? She works night broadcasting, or is she normally around with you? Like, would she be waking up right now, or is she sleeping?
Oh, she's still sleeping, yeah.
Okay. All right. Cool. Brick, how do you pay Brick?
Mostly with food, and like the station and I sort of survive by just sheer we call it a competition, and like you have to put in, like it's basically like you have to put in some jingle or some barter to enter the competition, and basically like we have some leftover from that after it's finished. We'll scrounge some. We'll have someone scrounge something up from the junk, and then go like, yes, now you can win. And to enter, all you need to do is come to the studio and give us.
That is great. So you have this little lottery fundraiser thing going from time to time.
Yes.
What is the trinket that you guys are advertising now?
At the moment, it's it's a animatronic of like it's like, I suppose sort of like a bunny, but it's like one of its eyes is malfunctioning and it's creepy as fuck. But you know, some people like having something weird in their
Nice.
house.
But so
Yeah.
if you found batteries and put them in correctly.
Yes.
The pluses and the minuses. This, not quite a Teddy Ruxpin, would get up and does it tell stories? Does it sing?
It hits a drum.
It's a drum. Nice. Nice. Cool. I like that.
It's basically an oversized Duracell bunny with with fucked up eyes.
Sweet. You wake up in the morning. Do you immediately start broadcasting? Like, do you need a story to tell, or do you mostly create pablum for the masses?
I start the morning with music because I'm too lazy to be buggered to do anything more than that in the morning. I'm also like in the morning. It's really hard to get guests. But those tend to come a bit later. So it's like I just come on and go like, "Hello everybody, you're listening to to Junk Red Radio. This is Ratfink here. Have you guys heard about the new people coming into our little town? Well, I've got some music for you. This is the Immigrant Song." And
Nice. Do like the Immigrant Song. That is lovely. So of course they have the
exactly.
kicks in.
Exactly.
Sweet. What is your morning breakfast like? You said that Deb was asleep. Is this a thing that Brick takes care of, or do you have to make food in the morning?
Oh, it's just like some piss poor porridge. Like I made it myself. It's burnt and there's too much salt in it, and it's really hard to actually push it down. But it's like, I have to make do.
It sounds very long shot. You just make it. It's fine. Nice. Brick he sleeps at the foot of the stage of the animatronics. He thinks that the giant rat fur is kind of warm enough late at night, so occasionally he will sleep and kind of curl around the big rat's feet. He will, I think he's going to head out of the studio and get some shrooms, imagining that maybe he grows a little bit of mushrooms in the inside of a large can. So scoop those out, bring it in, and you can have some of that with the porridge. And he fries up some mushrooms.
Look, the porridge is not half bad if you put something sweeter in it.
Well, it's not sweet mushrooms, so sorry.
Oh. Have you having any problems last night?
No problems. Just screaming from that one lad. Who was it? Grip. I hear that. He just about died. So, long shot came in, took care of him.
Oh dear. Well, that's not good. I wonder how Upper Ten is taking that.
I don't know.
You know what? I mean, I've done this a ton of times, but in case he's listening, I'll call out his name on the radio and say that I still want to have him as a guest.
Sure. Maybe it'll work this time.
Yeah, exactly. Eventually, they always cave.
Right. Except him. But everyone else always caves, unless they don't.
Yes. Exactly. Look, everyone wants to be famous, especially in this town.
I don't know. Perhaps maybe you just expose the truth.
Oh, come on. Rick, you've made yourself famous. Everyone knows your name. Or everyone knows your fist. I mean, one way or another, they know you.
Yeah, well, that's true. So, gonna head up and maybe talk to Upper 10? Or you wanna call him out and see if he comes down here?
Oh yeah, no, I'm going to look. I'm putting his name out there on the air. Everyone needs to know that. That's like, if he's not coming, it's not because I didn't put in the efforts.
Well, I mean, my job is just to keep his place and you safe, but if you don't mind me offering an opinion, maybe if you go see him. He'll talk to you.
Yeah. Okay, but then I don't have him on the air.
Well,
Thomas a break.
can't you make it mobile? Pick it all up? Carry it or something?
No. No, Rick, I can't. Neither can you. It's not pick upable.
What I heard is like things you can like talk into when it keeps it.
You mean this microphone?
Well, yeah. Okay. All right. Well, good luck with.
Yep, it's. I'm live in 3, 2, 1, and that was the immigrant song. Hey, so how about those immigrants? How is the town handling them? I bet someone very important knows. I bet Upper 10 knows. Upper 10, if you ever want to talk about that immigrant situation, come over into the studio and let's have a little chat about that in a little segment that we call the private sector.
All right. Well, you know what? Why don't we? I'm going to say that you might have as leverage your reputation, Ratfink, and the possibility of making people famous. So why don't you see if you can manipulate Upper 10, some
Remote
kind of.
manipulation.
So when you try to seduce, manipulate, bluff, fast talk, or lie to someone, tell them what you want them to do, what you did, give them a reason, what you have, and roll plus hot. Hey, we are rolling dice. There's a thing we didn't do.
Oh,
So before
highlighting.
we do that,
Oh my god,
we
we
should
got an XPO this time.
yeah, might have been more of a motivation roll dice, right? Sweet. So let's go around, look at your sheet, and I know Alex had to step away for a bit so we can catch him up. Look at your sheet and see who has the highest HX on your sheet. Like, you look at the names on your columns, and whatever number is the highest there, you tell that person's player to highlight one of your stats for whatever reason they like. If there's a tie, you choose. So we'll start with Grace.
All right. I'm going to choose father-son to highlight me.
All right, you'll be waiting a little bit.
Oh, well, shit. In that case, I choose long shot because I'm hasty.
Not a patient woman this way.
No.
There's something wrong with your mic, Jules, I think. Oh, it's on your head.
That's what's wrong with it. Okay, I choose Grace.
You pulled an Alex. Sorry.
I want Grace to be cool.
All right, yay!
I also want Grace to be hot.
Sweet.
That's fun.
Yeah.
Long shot. Who has the highest hatred?
Grace.
Aw.
Glop. All right. I want you to be sharp, long shot.
Yeah.
I also want you to be hot. Long
Yeah.
shot.
Yeah.
Ooh, all the hot.
Radfink.
Grace, hit me.
All right. Ratfink, I want you to also be hot.
Haha, now I have to choose something new. I want you to be sharp.
Right.
And then if I look on Father Sons, just to make it easy for him, it appears to be Grace. So Grace, what would you highlight for Father Soon?
Gosh, I want him to be cool.
Oof. I'll also want him to be hot. Oh, that's mean. If we're going to highlight cool, then I have to highlight weird just to be nice. Which
Yeah,
means
it's-
that he got an XP.
It's first session. I mean,
Rename the advancement to XP because it's awesome. Now you get an XP for rolling your hot. Let's see what you get
Right.
there.
Let's see. Select these two and reroll selected. That's an 8.
That's an 8. All right, on a 7 to 9, they'll go along with you, but they need some concrete assurance, corroboration, or evidence first. All right, cool. So you make your plea, and there's no immediate response. There never has been.
No.
So it's not a surprise. We're going to skip along a little bit of time. We'll say maybe there's another song that's playing, and we've seen the sun move a bit on the horizon. It's a bit higher. And Haribo.
Yeah, no, we know how to write Haribo, so it's fine.
Okay. Haribo, who's one of Upper Ten's guys, one of his thugs, he comes knocking, and Brick comes and say maybe you're between songs, and we'll even have Deb awake at this point. Hey, you didn't say nothing bad about Upper Ten, cause Haribo's here.
Well, let him in.
Okay. Haribo comes in. I'm going to say Haribo looks, and again, I'm using a movie that almost no one's seen, but it makes me happy to use characters from Blood of Heroes, which is the Rutger Hauer, Joan Chin, Vincent D'Onofrio post-apocalyptic movie. But there's a guy in there by the name of Gonzo, and he evidently had put a metal plate in his head. He's broad, like fire plug, broad, bald head, and he has a metal plate. You know this because there's a flap of skin that's been kind of ripped off at some point and just hangs there a little bit. You can see the metal plate underneath. That is what Haribo looks like. He carries a very nice rifle that actually has a bayonet on it. It's clean. It's very clean.
Good.
He has a pair of them. He swaps them out, sending one to the Firestone and the other. So he's always got a clean gun. He'll step in, looks around. It's the first time he's been to your studio. He looks at the band.
Haribo, to what do I owe this pleasure?
This place smells like piss.
Well, the toilet's right behind that rickety door over there if you need to use
This
it.
is not going to do. Upper Ten's not coming here.
Well, but this is where all my equipment is.
Well, you shouldn't put your equipment where a bunch of piss is.
We can try to clean it a bit more.
All right. Can you have it cleaned by tonight?
Oh, Tonight? Yes, absolutely. Right, Deb?
What? What? Clean? It's yes.
We'll get right on that.
I'll come back around an hour before sundown. If it still smells like piss, Upper 10's not coming.
Gotcha.
I also,
Yeah, we'll fix it. Fine.
Ratfink, write down the questions you're going to ask. I will read them. Whichever ones I don't like, Upper 10 won't like, and I'll cross them off and you don't ask them.
I mean, that stifles the conversation flow a bit, but I mean,
That's fine.
I'll work
We're
with you.
stifling the conversation we don't want.
Okay. Sure.
We are doing you a favor, Ratfink.
Well, hey, it's just, this is also good public relations for like, putting your
For
name out
people
there.
who want to win your shitty lottery, for those people, you should be thankful. So write down your
Okay.
questions. I scratch off the ones I don't like. You ask the ones that aren't scratched off.
There's like this is obviously hurting Redfin quite a bit. Like he goes like, fine, okay, sure.
All right. I'll get to cleaning. And
Yeah.
We'll leave. Brick bites his thumb at him after he leaves.
And then I sort of go like, shit. We need something to take the smell away. And
Deb says,
we
it
need a
doesn't
frost.
smell here. It smells like this everywhere. How is that a smell? It's a smell's a smell.
I don't know. I mean, maybe we pour some gasoline in it. That smells different.
Well, most of the gasoline's at the candy bar garage. I'm not going there again.
Well, think with me here. Come on. Something else. Something that smells different.
Liquor? Liquor smells different.
We're not going to throw liquor down the toilet. Look, there's lines to be drawn here.
Why don't we get some of the kids from Firestone? They clean everything. They'll just clean the toilet.
Oh, perfect. Yeah. Why didn't I think of that?
That's why I'm your assistant, to give you good ideas.
Great idea. It's Kishu. Come on. Let's get that. Let's get the word out there. We need. We need to get them over here. Yeah.
Okay. So, Brick, what does he carry? What kind of weapons do you guys have? He's got a solid 9mm. Nice.
It's a 2-harm weapon. I suppose. Like just. No, you know what? He just has like brass knuckles.
Nice. You are better at his job than he is. That's awesome. Brass knuckles. I like Brick with his crazy brass knuckles and his famed brickness. Let's go skip out to Grace and Longshot. You guys were headed to Upper 10s.
Mm-hmm.
It's early in the morning. Upper 10 has the largest complex, largest building in all of New Junk City. It's got a wall around it. It's nothing nice. I mean, it's piecemeal. It's
Yeah,
a
what
bunch
is it made of?
Yeah, it's made out of basically sheet metal and some corrugated metal, and then they've also tilted a couple of cars up against huge metal pikes that have been not pikes, but like, just big metal I-beams that have been shoved into the ground. Looks like there was maybe a structure of some kind before. It just wasn't complete, and so they fashioned it into walls. And then the building itself is made out of some kind of adobe, some of the mud that's been found here and packed together. It's been manufactured like it's a thing that was built rather than just cobbled together. It's the nicest place in all of New Junk City.
Cool.
Upper 10 is the hard holder of the place. He's got a couple of wives and husbands. That's what some people aspire to, because you get running water. Yeah, you get toilets that don't smell like piss all the time. All you want of pinball machines. They actually have electricity here from generators that run. It's pretty pimp, guys.
Pretty sweet.
Yep.
So, did Grip tell me to get his my jingle out of his stuff that he was having at Upper 10, or just out of Upper 10?
He said,
from Upper 10 general.
Well, he said it's in my account, so evidently Upper 10 keeps the numbers of the people that he pays.
Yeah. Okay.
Sorry, Jan's realization amuses me.
Yes. I also had to Google Adobe, and then I had to shift to all the Adobe links, and then found out it's actually
I'm so sorry, guys.
material.
Oh, I should have used other words. Yeah, like clay, mud kind of thing that they formed together.
I see.
Yeah, similar to it's a squarish. There's not enough refinement in the building for there to make arched walkways. Everything's square and rectangular in the building and the place. Number of guards, Upper 10 has maybe a dozen, like a small gang, but they're all armed pretty well. No mobility, because Upper 10 doesn't go much of anywhere. He keeps accounts and he runs Firestone. He fronts Firestone, and Firestone is how you pay to get stuff clean, so that you can either use it or eat it off of it or all that good stuff. So it's pretty important.
Yeah. Okay.
Curious, Longshot, other than helping out Grip, what's your relationship with Upper 10?
I think it's fairly okay, because I think I'm one of the few people with any sort of medicinal capacities that's around here. So, and I try not to make trouble when I'm in the city.
Cool.
So I think we're fairly okay.
And the routine is you'll kind of swing in, sell some drugs to get jingle that you then buy supplies.
Yes. Oh, and take care of people that need taken care of.
Oh, right, that too. Okay, awesome.
Yeah, that's.
Grace, have you done any contract work for Upper 10 lately?
No, I haven't even been contacted yet. It's a little weird.
It's a little weird. You should maybe advertise your services on Junkrat Radio or something. I don't know. You should think about that.
Man, I don't like being famous.
He'll make you famous. Two of you walk up. I love the mental image of Longshot with her bicycle handlebars framework for her armor. It's just that picture you found was just the best.
It's the best.
The super cool, straight out of the Western Grace, the two of you coming up and walking through the gate area. Imagine they've got, it's on hinges, but it creaks as they open it up. We'll just say for timing and to recycle NPCs, the Haribo will come out of the front door. He looks over the two of you. He's got, you guys ever seen is it Inuit or Eskimos that have those skinny glasses? The things that keep you from getting blinded by snow blindness, that kind of thing?
Oh, those slit glasses, yeah. I've seen them.
Slit glasses.
Oh,
Yeah, he has a pair of slit glasses on. You don't need them here. He's just wearing them because they look cool.
Fair enough.
Nice.
Can't handle with that. I have handlebar armor.
It looks cool.
Sets off the gap in his flesh quite nicely.
It does. It's all about juxtaposing slit glasses with flap of skin hanging down.
Hey,
Hey,
Haribo. Looking good?
ladies.
Tip a hat.
Need something?
Yeah, I need to settle some accounts.
What do you owe up at Tim for? Come on.
It's Grip. He owes me.
What the hell did Grip do?
Survive. That's a plus, right?
Oh, you took care of his foot? Good. Guy never stopped bitching about it. 3 weeks. 3 weeks.
I know he's such a whiner.
So you guys walk in, you walk on like this tiled floor. It's mismatched tile, but it's laid flat. And you hear the sounds of pinball machines, right? And clever ears can also hear the sound of Donkey Kong. It's dim here, but there's like that low sound of power. You know, that the thing that once you're away from, you guys actually leave the house, so you know what I'm talking about. Like that hum you can hear when you're in a place that has electricity. It's distinct if you're not used to it, and that's one of the sounds that seems to permeate this place. There are echoes as well from the machines and the fact that there's tile and adobe, so everything's hard angles and surfaces. And there's a smell here as well. Grace, the smell of some kind of food. What's the smell that you pick up?
Gumbo.
Gumbo, yeah. Perfect for New Junk City.
Shrimp, tomatoes, somehow. I'm pretty excited about it. But, you know, level face.
Double face. But yeah, you haven't had breakfast, right? So
No, I had a little something, but it was not sufficient.
okay. Little rat on the stick kind of thing. Good deal.
Yeah.
Sweets. The two of you head in, and there are a bunch of, it's almost like a college dorm. Like there are 3 couches in here that are all mismatched, and like the cushions don't all match, but it's clean. And a few of the wives and husbands are here kind of lazed out, and then standing around are 3 guys with 3 guards with weapons, but none are like openly brandishing them. And Haribo says, yeah, settling up accounts, just have a seat, get some gumbo. I'll be right back. I'll pretend I'll chat with you.
I'm going to
Very
get
big
some
smile on Longshot's face. It's like, yeah, we're getting some gumbo.
fist bump.
All right, so wide open area off to your right as you first walk in, or where the arcade machines are set up, and then there's a kind of a peekaboo type kitchen where you can look through, and there's a person back there who will ladle you guys a couple of bowls of gumbo. There's enough gumbo in that giant pot to feed a lot of people in New Junk City, but Upper 10 does not offer that freely to people outside of his compound.
Well, I wink at the person ladling it up for me and take a bowl of gumbo and a spoon and set up camp at one of the pinball machines.
Oh, yeah.
Nice.
I definitely want to eat gumbo and play pinball. It's an
That
Addams
sounds-
Family machine. That's what it is.
Addams Family, yes. Is anyone at the machine when you go set up? Like, do you have to set your quarter and wait, or are you able to?
Hold up. No, it's free.
Sweet. So you go up, and it already has like 99 credits. So you can yank that sucker up and spin a ball. Have you ever done this? Have you ever played a pinball machine before? Or do you just kind of intuitive?
You know, I have.
Is this in another city?
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Yep.
You'll get a few eyes. So people who were expecting to chuckle at you trying to figure out the pinball machine.
The controls, and I'm just like, gentle tilt. Like I even
Nice.
know how to cheat.
Nice. What are you doing, Longshot? Do you go watch Addams Family pinball machine, or do you grab a seat on one of the couches? What do you do?
I'm trying to eat my gumbo as quickly as possible because before someone changes their mind, or I could still get a second bowl maybe. But I'm also watching Grace play pinball,
Sweet.
which
Grace,
I've never seen anyone do. So
all kinds of sounds, electric lights. It's very busy. There's this. Is Adam's Family the one? Does it have like one of the little, almost Herculean monochrome displays in the back that will show little graphic type deals, or are you going to get us a picture?
I'm totally looking this up. I can't.
Yes.
I can't leave it to chance. So, copy link address. There's what the board looks like.
Oh, killer. Okay, so
Right?
it has a little display, but it's not one of those where it has like the large kind of display monitor that will in like ASCII art show things. That's cool. I like it.
Yeah,
like
I mean, probably little portions of that upper board light up as different story things happen. That thing hand in the corner probably moves.
Oh, hell yeah. It's got to.
Yeah.
why is the amputated hand moving?
Have you ever seen The Addams Family?
Oh, no.
Okay, so there's an amputated hand that like walks around and does stuff and is a family pet.
Mm-hmm.
Because the Addams Family is basically if Halloween was a weird family of murderers.
Are you explaining this to me in character?
I don't know. I love this conversation.
Absolutely not in character, because I'm pretty
Okay.
sure Grace has no idea what the Addams Family is about.
Okay.
Okay, so we'll just leave that conversation out. We don't know if that happened in game or out of game, but it was lovely anyway.
Yeah,
Oh.
so the Addams Family is a parody of suburban family values.
I'm now thinking maybe Jules knows.
Of course I know that.
Okay. That was in character. All right, awesome. Didn't pick up on that originally.
I like amputated limbs. What can I say?
Nice.
Well,
Does Grace actually look like happy or like into the game, or?
I'm definitely enjoying myself. I'm not like getting wildly into it, but like I'm still on bowl 1. So
Okay.
Nice. There's definitely some skill. IGoA, who's one of the wives, she was playing, oh gosh, let's say Kiss, because the Kiss pinball machine is pretty spectacular. So she's playing Kiss pinball,
nice.
and she keeps looking over, like she's lost 2 balls now because she's watching you play Addams Family.
Mm-hmm.
And what have you done for IGoA before, long shot? Like, what have you cured for her?
What have I cured for her?
Yeah, what have you fixed on her?
She is one of Upper Ten's wives.
Uh-huh.
Iowa was not ready to become a mother.
Okay. Does Upper 10 know that you did this? Okay. That's good to know.
Yeah.
Sweet. We're going to catch back up with Father-Son. Father-Son, so you head downstairs after touching poor Payday's arm and informing her about her friend and your ability to know that terrible, terrible information. The early morning is not a good time for the candy bars. They are not early morning risers. Payday came up here to see you up on the roof, possibly because she was bored, but evidently she is a newer member of the gang, has to work with the prospects to cook. They mostly cook whatever animals can be hunted up and scrounged. So there's a lot of meat, which helps them kind of keep up their muscle. So there's a lot of stew related stuff, mushroom stew, mushroom and rat and armadillo stew. It's mostly what they cook up. And when you come down, it's wide open. They kind of sleep in a pile, as a lot of them are still passed out. A lot of their ATVs, which is mostly what they ride in, ATVs, they have a couple of large trucks that are outside. The ATVs are inside, trucks are outside. And they've got a small kitchen area. So Payday told you to head down there, and you walked away. And just before you got off the roof, Miles looks back and he's like, boss, should I stay? Should I watch more for you? Oh, can't hear you. Move mic down.
Thank you. I just keep watching. I just leave him to stare at the sun.
Cool. So Payday leads you in, and there are a couple of prospects who are finishing getting the stew together, and they're arguing over, like, it's not like they have a thermometer, so one of them has to taste the meat to see if it's done yet. And Payday comes in. Shut up, you lot. She gets a bowl. Get some yourself. What did you even know? What do you even know?
The sun. It's the sun. The sun. It sees all. It does not judge. I'll go. You can find peace in it.
What kind of peace?
I take the food and walk away, but I think that's for you to find out.
She follows after you.
Mm.
No, you're the... Tell me, how did you know Sloggy? She wouldn't
How's
go after
life
an ugly thing
treating
like
you in the candy bars?
You don't know. You're lying. This is a trick.
Hold out your hand. Yes, I do have hold. I will use that last hold then. What was her lowest moment?
She had
like
to...
grabbed her hand
Yeah.
quite forcefully.
I think her lowest moment was down at Brown Lake after she was the last prospect standing, that she was told to leave him behind. And so she did. No burial, nothing. They're just rotting out there by Brown Lake. She hasn't been back. She doesn't want to see it again.
Left out for the sun is how it should be. They're at peace. And then I take a bite from my stew.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just still looking her in the eyes, just casually eating my food.
Her eyes are glassy for a few minutes. She doesn't talk. Like, it's a thing of, like, if she talked, her voice would break, and she doesn't want. So she just watches you eat. Zagnut, she stretches and crawls out of the pile, heads over to the area they've dug out and made into their latrine. She's older, 30s, which is really old for a candy bar.
Is she? I mean, is she the leader?
No, she's not the leader. She's.
Right.
She's
I mean, from
important.
and what have they been getting me to do? Yeah. What's my cover?
What would they have a kook like you doing? I don't think they'd see you as a cleaner. You don't have a mechanical kind of thing
No.
going on, right?
I think there's definitely kind of the idea of me being like some sort of truth sayer type, very Bene Gesserit, off to one side of the Emperor.
Cool. So let's say Zagnat's one of the lieutenants for the gang, mostly because she's just been around for so long. She's not super smart. Like, she's just really lucky and super loyal. But I'm going to say that Clark is the leader of the candy bars. She's somewhere in the pile. Zagnat will come over. What's a good word, old man?
The sun rises again.
She goes over to Payday, grabs her a little bowl of food, starts eating it. Payday doesn't fight.
Yeah, I'm not stepping in on that. I just still, as if it doesn't bother me at all, just eating my food.
So all of you burnt? Just your head.
Just what was exposed.
She takes a mouthful and just laughs. So, you gonna steer Clark right? What do you think? Think we should take down Upper 10? Just take over?
I kind of gesture, like, come in closer. Like to whisper some sort of secret.
She'll lean in.
I kind of, I think I have to do some in-brain puppet strings.
Oh, God. Okay. Oh, by the way, we did highlights when you stepped away.
Yeah, I saw.
Cool and weird are highlighted, and you got an XP for rolling the deep brain skin earlier.
Yeah.
Okay. So, yeah, because of your glove, you can sub in for time and physical intimacy, and she leaned in close, so you can plant a command. Roll plus weird.
Yeah. Would I say it? Would it just go straight into her mind? And
Oh,
I
you
think
tell
I rolled
me.
a 3.
Nice.
So
that's
does
lovely.
that even matter?
You tell me, do you think that it's a thing where you say it aloud or can work it into a conversation, or do you think it's a thing that only she hears?
I think it's something that only she would hear, and I inflict 1 harm
Oh, one harm,
on
AP.
the subject to no benefit.
What did she hear?
What was it she said before?
Oh, she said you're going to steer Clark
Yes.
right.
Yeah.
Should we take over? Just take this place away from Upper 10.
I think it's too much risk attacking Upper 10. you would die in the attempt. Like a kind of specific you, not just like putting the idea that she would be one of the people who would die.
Cool. She looks at you, and then you see just a line of blood out of her nose, and she blinks for a moment, closes her eyes. Oh, what the hell? Tosses the bowl at Payday and staggers off for a little bit. Grabs a seat, just sits down for a bit, and then she'll look for some alcohol to drink. Somebody just gave her a crazy migraine that caused a nosebleed. She's just going to walk away.
Did she take the food with her? Sorry.
No, she tossed the bowl to Payday. She got a little bit of the juice on her.
Yeah. I kind of raised an eyebrow, like that was my plan all along. like I meant to do that. That's just. I think there's definitely a fine line between believing what Ethan says and him being a con man. It's
Cool.
definitely an act.
Payday will be looking at you. She's had enough of a weird occurrence for her to get over that very strong emotional reaction to Sloggy for now. And she'll take a bite of her stew since it's been handed back to her and finish it off. The candy bars will start waking up. There's enough conversation, even though you guys weren't talking too loud. You know, it's a garage, right? So some poured concrete and enough for sound to bounce off of it. So the candy bars will start waking up. And they're going to go out and go raiding today. Clark gets up. She wears like a crop top and one of those badass Road Warrior black shoulder pads with the spark plugs that comes over one shoulder and like an array. She says, "Hey, Sonny, we're going raiding. You're a good luck charm. You coming with, yeah?"
If you pay, of course.
She looks around. She says, "You ate. We paid."
You
safe? You're safe. We paid. You want to prospect? Little fun? Go ahead. You're paid. You're coming with.
Sigh and I come with.
All right. She'll do that thing. I can't do it, but like she puts her fingers to her lips, gives out a shrill whistle to wake up everybody else. And I'll start stirring, and she'll hop over to her little ATV, and she's got on the ATV some kind of weird, slightly see-through glue. A couple of Clark bar wrappers have been kind of glued onto the tire flap type thing, or the part of the body of the ATV there. She hops on that. And they'll start mounting up, and looks like they're going to go out. There aren't a whole lot of roads there, paths and trails, and it's not like you can travel really fast, but they've got weapons and they can move, so it's a lot better than anybody else. Have you been on any of these before?
No, I don't think so. I think I feel pretty uncomfortable on this thing.
Sweet. There's no sidecar. You'll have to ride.
Yeah.
I think she's going to put you as Zagnut. Zagnut does not like that idea.
Yeah, I can imagine. I was going to say I was going to try and gain another follower, but yeah, I think there's like probably at least it's probably an uncomfortable silence, unless Zagnut wants to break that silence.
No, I don't think so. Yeah, so they pull that roll away. There's a there's a lift, not a lift. What the hell am I thinking of? Like there's a garage door, like it's one of those roll away garage doors. They'll pull that up. The sun comes in. You feel its warmth. And I don't know if you feel any kind of religious experience because I'm not exactly sure how sold into his own thing Father Son is.
Yeah. I mean, I think Father Son definitely kind of looks up towards the sun as they come out of the garage. And definitely puts up appearances.
Nice.
Kind of the reverence.
So the candy bars have a couple of trucks. One has the tank tread type deal. The other one just big knobby tires. And then they have the ATVs, and they make a hell of a lot of noise. The honking horns and excitement, whoops and hollers. They're a war band, and they're all heading out except for a few prospects and Miles who gets left behind, and a couple of the girls that are wounded but haven't been healed up by Longshot or anybody. And I guess you're going along unless you do something about that.
I'm definitely like with my hat looking at my, you know which hand, and just kind of like, you know, reaching out a hand, but then just thinking better of it for the moment. And I go with the flow for the moment.
Nice. So the way it works out is the ATVs generally are branded for the different candies. The trucks usually have a number of candy bars. None of them have earned their own rides, but they have a lot of harpoon guns and other things to track people down, rob them, or possibly kill them. Or rob them, then kill them. And that's what you get treated for this morning. So have you ride out with the candy bars for a bit. So we'll catch back up with the idea of cleaning supplies and headed to Firestone for our news. So Ratfink, you, Deb, and Brick headed up the West Mountains to Firestone?
Yep.
Well, you know, being in the news, that you get within a click of Firestone, and in the right kind of breeze comes along, is enough to make your eyes water. The chemicals that they use there are very corrosive, very, very hard on breathing and vision. Do you have anything that you do about that headed in, or are you just going to push your way on?
I'll have to push on. I don't have anything to protect me against it.
Cool.
So I'm already going.
Deb will hand you a rag. She's got one wrapped around her nose and mouth. Brick does too.
I'll put my head down a bit lower as well. Of course, that doesn't help at all either. But
no. So, like we said before, Upper 10 runs Firestone. Doesn't have a high detail of guards. It's usually just one person. Most of them are here to keep people in, keep the kids in, and keep them working, rather than trying to keep anyone from attacking this place. Because what would you get? You know, there's some stuff you get here, but it's just so much corrosion. And because it's Apocalypse World, all of the miners wear gas masks, because gas masks are awesome. It's even on the cover. See? Gas mask.
I know Longshot has one.
Longshot has one. Longshot's smart. Maybe Longshot's been here before. I don't know.
Probably.
So, Paul Mall is the guy who will come out. You start walking up that long, lonely trail. You can hear all the work that's going on. There's also a furnace there. They burn a lot of stuff. Keep kids warm. Hear them through the weird plasticky leather of the gas mask. He says, "Hey, you're that guy."
Yeah. Whoa. You happen to have any of those gas masks lying around? Because this stuff stings. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it does sting, doesn't it?
Yeah. Great, thanks. So, I need either some people to help me out, or I need some stuff to help me out.
What do you need help with, friend?
Cleaning, of course. Why the fuck else would I come here? Ah.
Yeah? You willing to pay? You got some barter?
I do, a bit. And if you're interested, we have some interesting stuff back in the studio.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we could. How about like we do happen to have a thing going on for a animatronic bunny at the moment.
Yeah. Give me the bunny.
You want the bunny?
Give me the bunny.
Okay, we can work out a deal for the bunny. But
Got it? He walks over. He like pushes. He starts patting you down. He's like beefy, but it's more muscle to carry around his corpulence. He's kind of chubby, and he doesn't wear a shirt. He has like this two leather belts with like a ring in the middle kind of thing, and then his gas mask. He's
I'm just
patting
like,
you down. He's
break, bad touch.
yeah, Brick will. He slides on a brass knuckle, and he kind of pushes his fist against the guy's shoulder and just shoves him back a little bit. I want the bunny. Give me the bunny. I'll send you 5 of them for the bunny right now. Bunny.
The bunny is back at the studio. It's not. It's a big bunny.
How big?
Like this tall?
That's big.
Yeah, that's why I don't have it on me. And like, swallow down that insult.
I can't go now. I gotta work here.
Yeah,
I want that bunny.
I need someone before tonight. So if you can't come, then you're no good to me.
He turns around to no one. Did you hear that? Rafik, you ought to go. He walks back to his post, kind of stomps. You should go.
No. Look, this is very important because I need a clean crew for the studio before tonight to get a pretend in for the show, and I'm sure you would like to hear it on the radio.
Let's see if you can manipulate him now.
Can I instead try to rally them to the cause?
Sure, you can. You can try that. That sounds good to me.
I speak out in favor of a cause or a person. And what was that? Either didn't do anything or I rolled the same thing.
You still roll hot.
Yeah, okay. That's 9 then.
9 is pretty sweet. On a 7 to 9, you hold 1. You spend your hold 1 for 1 to have your audience, which is Pall Mall.
Yes. and then I can get him to go together to a place that I name,
Mm-hmm.
which is my studio.
Nice. Okay. He gotta take a sick day.
Look, I'm going to put your I'll put your name out on the radio, and tell everyone that this is special thanks to, what's your name again? Paul Mall, right? Special thanks to Paul Mall.
Okay. Can you put a message in for me too?
Sure. Yes.
Okay, I'll think of a message. I'm gonna go get 5 kids. He tromps
Okay.
inside.
Quick.
Brick says, "Sorry, touch you. I didn't expect that."
Neither did I. So was he.
And then Paul Mall will come out with 5 kids in kind of rags. They have haunted looks in their eyes. They're wearing goggles to make their eyes look a little bigger than they are. And they'll, like, have Mama Duck and little baby ducks kind of follow the Mama Duck kind of thing. They just follow Paul Mall. They'll start walking his way back from the West Mountains with you.
Woo.
And when you get a click away from Firestone, you don't cough and your eyes don't burn anymore.
Thank God.
Cool. So, checking for time, because we like to do Roses and Thorns. Or you think maybe we got one scene here?
We're
Maybe
good.
Upper 10
Yep.
meeting? So we'll do Upper 10 coming out to talk to Grace and Long Shot. Upper 10 will be played by a younger than he is now, Joe Pesci. He comes out. He's got gold, like Mr. T level of gold jewelry around his neck. He's wearing a bathrobe, terry cloth bathrobe. It's pristine white. Nothing is white in New Junk City. This bathrobe, super white. Some nice little fuzzy slippers. He comes out, and everybody reacts to it. You're just finishing up your Addams Family game, and some of the people on couches, the husbands and wives, they kind of stand up and say, "Yeah. So you two come over here to see me about Grip?
Yeah?
Is he dead?
No. He's still alive, thanks to me.
Good, because
But he owes me.
I hate doing interviews."
Glad to make you happy.
He'll walk over, grabs one of your little handlebars there.
That's annoying.
He doesn't like steer you around or anything. He just grabs the handlebar and shakes it a little bit and smiles.
Oh, okay.
Then he pats your arm. So he's not dead, and you saved him or something?
Mm-hmm. He
Okay.
owes me some jingle.
Oh. Well, you guys ate?
What?
Jeet?
Oh, well, yeah. It was great.
Thunk,
But it
thunk,
was-
thunk. G. Thunk, thunk, thunk. R. Thunk, thunk, thunk. F.
Oh, shit, you beat my high score.
Mm.
Iowa reacts like, oh, that is terrible.
Oh, shit.
What do you do?
I mean, you know how to get the thing in the Vault Multi-Vault, right?
So pretend that I don't. What do you do?
You gotta shoot the stairs 5 times.
Shit. Kind of not like it's more like he backhands Iowa's arm. She fucking tell me that. It's. I can do that. I can do that. It's not going to stay for long. It's not going to stay for long. Good job. Good job. All right. So stay as 5 times. I got that. Got that. All right. So grip, you owe grip, which means I owe you, which I got to take care of. That's no problem. We'll settle up. What's he worth?
What is he worth? I don't know, Jingle. For the life of me.
For a Jingle, I would imagine a Jingle will let you save somebody's life because you can eat for a month on it. But it's up to you if you want to.
You can eat for 1 month of 1 Jingle?
Yeah. I mean, it's not great, but...
It's not great, but it's assistance, yeah.
Okay. Jingle will do.
And, like, underneath my coat a little bit, I'm like...
2. Wait, is that 2? Okay. 2 Jingle and some rum gumbo.
Yeah, well, listen, I can't give you nothing to take because nobody ever brings it back.
That's okay. I'll eat it here.
So you gotta eat here. Reaches up and grabs your handlebar again. All right, 2 Jingle, we'll square up.
Thanks.
You want to trade? I hear you like supplies. I got supplies.
Suppliers are good.
Yeah. All right. Because you're eating here. Gracie, what are you doing here besides fucking my score?
I'm eating jumbo.
Yep. Eating gumbo, seeing sights. The usual thing.
Yeah. Not looking for work.
What kind of work you got?
So we're clear. You're not here to kill me?
I don't know you.
How do you not know what you... Whatever. All right. Yeah. Yeah. I could give you some work.
What kind you got?
Come on in the back. We got to talk business. I can't have all these ears.
Fair enough. Long shot, you good? I am basically asking if Longshot still wants me keeping an eye on her.
You're muted, Jules.
You're still muted. Jules.
Can I hear you?
Oh, she looks very comfortable eating gumbo on the couch.
All right, cool. So I will go in the back without having to feel too guilty about it.
Nice. So you head into the back, and there are a couple of rooms that have been built that look. You can see the doors are askew, and it's like triple bunk bed kind of thing going on.
Mm-hmm.
Head at the end of the hallway, though, there's this like big ass water bed. It's like heart shaped.
Wow.
Plush carpet, like 70s plush carpet, like super high.
Wow.
And he goes over and he sits on the frame edge of the waterbed because you sit on the waterbed and then you know.
Right.
It's not one of those. It's one of these like all water, all sloshy. Takes a specific style to be able to sit on it.
Yeah.
Sits on the edge. It's close the door. Sit here.
I closed the door, but I'm standing.
He waits for a moment, like, this is big. So, I'm thinking that maybe the candy bars are not doing all they should do for New Junk City. I figure, maybe that's Clark's fault. What do you think?
I don't know. Who's Clark?
Holy shit. So she's the leader of the candy bars right now.
Okay.
We get somebody else in who's smarter, can play ball, can listen, do what they're told.
Mm-hmm.
That'd be good. So kill Clark.
What'll that get me?
I don't know. What are you after?
Well, I'm after some wheels.
Okay.
And a vault.
A vault? What do you mean?
A vault with a T.
Yeah? Yeah,
Yeah.
vault with a T. Yeah, I hear you. But what do you want with a vault? You want to just like live on the ground? You want to put all your shit in there?
I can carry my shit.
All right. Volt and some wheels? I can get you some wheels. Volt will take a bit.
And I have this like amused, dubious look. Okay. How much would it cost to get all of my gear cleaned?
I can keep your shit clean for a month for a jingle, but I can throw that in. You take out clock, wheels, clean your shit. As long as you and I work together, I'll keep your shit clean. It's a reason I got a lot of people work for me, you know?
I'm a little busy today.
All right.
We don't have any duplicates of anything. But what do you think about this? And I'll unsling my rifle case and open it up and just show him. And honestly, things are in very good repair.
He comes back like, holy shit, that's not a flute? Damn it. I'm gonna kick Haribo's ass.
What, Haribo thought it was a flute?
Obviously, he let you bring it in here. You are a killer. It's extremely dangerous, especially with the affront that you offered up front, like taking my name, and then you say you maybe are here to kill me, and now you just whip this out. I'm very nervous here. I got to be honest with you. Should I be nervous?
No. You've got everything on lock, man. This is your spot. You've got all the food. You keep everything clean. You have your, and I like tug at his collars, nice white fluffy robes. I think you should be very relaxed.
It's a mighty nice scope you got there.
Mm-hmm.
It's a mighty nice gun.
Mm-hmm.
Don't need to be up on anybody to take someone out. You could
Nope.
take clock out easy.
With the right line of sight, I could take anybody out from here. Zip it back up. Sling it back over my shoulder.
So, I get that clean for you. Get you your wheels. You take out clock.
Mm-hmm.
Can't be coming from here.
Sure.
Because we don't want to stir that hornet's nest, you know?
Mm-hmm.
I am here to make New Junk City better. They are just raiders and scavengers.
Mm-hmm.
Take her out. We get somebody smarter in there. And they can handle perimeter defense and we can be safer. That's the plan. This makes sense to you, right?
What makes you unsafe around here?
Safe, stable civilization. You know, get some order, a little bit of panache, and then people can actually like not eat shit every day. You know, I got dreams. I got plans. Take care of this place. New Junk City is my baby, you know. When it looks good, I look good. See, I'm a giver.
Mm-hmm. Panache. I don't like leaving this out of my sight.
Sure.
How are we going to make that work?
You saying duplicates? Like I don't have any kind of hardware like exactly like this. I got some stuff.
No. That's not acceptable. How about bringing someone to me? They clean it while I watch.
Yeah, I got a few kids that are real good with small stuff. The finger stalls still work. I'll send a couple of them your way. One,
Sure.
two, how many you trust?
I only want one. Can't keep an eye on two.
Yeah, it makes sense. You're smart. Are you ever interested in marrying?
No.
Sure.
I like fucking. I don't like commitment.
Okay, I can live with that. That makes sense to me. All right. I send Mont Blanc your way. Mont Blanc, come. You're in the pipe, right? I got eyes.
Am I going to have to watch a kid and some fat fucker?
But no.
No.
Mont Blanc's with the kids. I'll just send them your way after they're done with the shift. They clean your gun, take care, whatever. They're yours, whatever you want.
All right. If he pisses me off, the deal's over.
Sure. All right. Well, here's the deal, though. Candy bars, they're out for the day. They come back and they cause some trouble, and we have to have you move quicker, okay?
Fair enough.
That's just insurance policy. I don't expect that happening because I got other irons in the fire. And I'm not going to really share that with you because we don't exactly have a trustworthy thing going on yet. You're a potential employee, like a contractor.
Mm-hmm.
So speaking of which, we need to draw up an NDA here. It's a non-disclosure agreement. We're not going to talk about this job that I just hired you for.
What job?
Exactly. So I just need to get your John Hancock. Hold on a second. He hops up and he goes over to this little chest of drawers. And he pulls out, digs through some papers. He pulls out another paper and leans over a little desk and he scratches out a few words, writes in some other words, and he's, you just sign right here. All this saying you've agreed to take care of a problem for me. We keep it all like, in non-definite, but you and I know. But you sign here that you're not going to talk about what's been discussed in this room today about the particular job of you killing Clark.
I look down at the paper and look back up at him real quick, and then I flip the 50-cent piece out of my pocket and do an etching of it and write John Hancock over it and call it good.
Rolls it up. Take it and put it back in his chest in this little like netting area where he has other rolled up pieces of paper.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, we got a deal. Listen, Mont Blanc will be out your way. The big super pipe. Clean up all your shit for you. If you cause me a problem, you kill him, it's no problem. It's on him to do a good job.
Okay.
Okay. Wheels take me a couple days, but I'll get some wheels your way. A couple of options. And then the vault. I don't really see the vault happening on this particular job.
Sure. That can be in the future.
Yeah.
I'll see myself out.
All right, Grace. Have a good afternoon. Or whatever. And with that, we'll bring our session to a close.
All right.
Cool. So at the end of every session, we have some session end stuff. I actually remember this part. At the end of every session, choose a character who knows you better than they used to. Now, unfortunately, I know I kept you guys pretty separate, and I apologize for that, but we're definitely going to have some more overlap in future 2 sessions. Mm-hmm. So you can just choose a character who knows you better because they saw on screen more, or choose one person randomly, however you want. Tell that player to add +1 to their HX with you on their sheet. If this brings them to HX +4, they reset to HX +1 and mark experience. And yeah, if no one knows you better, you can choose a character who doesn't know you as well as they thought, or any character at your whim, and you can tell them to take a -1 on their HX. So we'll start off with father-son. Who do you want to choose?
Rolling a dice and Grace. There we go. Because, yeah. Life
resets the HX for Grace.
Oh,
yay!
Cool.
So that'll give me an XP.
Ah, dang it! I should have made you roll manipulate earlier.
I was kind of hoping I'd get a chance to roll cool with
I apologize.
pinball. That's fine.
Oh, that would have been cool as hell.
That
Sorry.
would have been cool as hell.
I fail. Sorry about that.
That's cool.
Always dance on the edge of the manipulate. I didn't think about the cool for the pinball. That would have been really neat. But the manipulate roll, like I was on the edge of like saying maybe we should roll for it, but I never quite got there because he had a thing he definitely wanted from you. So anyway, cool. Good. So next we have Ratfink.
I think I'll give it to father-son. because he's
Nice.
been watching me carefully.
Cool. Long shot.
Grace?
Also,
Nice.
again, a rollover.
Are we still doing questions on rollover? Remember
We could. Yeah, let's
Oh,
do that
right.
thing.
That was cool.
Okay, so I
Yes.
I like it.
Yeah.
So Grace
Uh,
gets to ask 2 questions.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Grace, you get to ask 2 questions. If you have them now, awesome. If you want to ask them at the beginning of next session, you're welcome to do that as well. So the little hack we have is that if you roll over on HX, that you get to ask that player, the person who rolls over gets to ask that player character any question they want, not restricted to any list.
Okay. Cool. I'd like to get those out of the way today if we could.
Absolutely. Got them.
I'd also like to save them until the end.
Okay, cool.
Although, frankly, that just means I get to pick who learned more about me. It's long shot, duh.
Yep.
And then again,
And I also roll over?
yeah,
All the rollovers.
sweet.
So
Ah,
I don't-
good times.
+1, right?
Sweet. All right, father, son.
Oh, yeah, okay.
What was your childhood like? Did you like it? Did you hate it? Were you protected at all?
I think my childhood was a nobody with no power. I think I was like, I mean, not like one. I think I was like one of the little kids who gets, scrabbles around the streets, scavenging, doing little odd jobs.
Mm-hmm.
Gets pushed around by. I wasn't like part of any of the big gangs or anything. But just, just
Never
a few.
enough. Never enough spark to get recruited.
No, I was nothing special.
Yeah. All right.
I think I'm. Yeah, I think I've always been like skinny, very weak physically.
Rangy, tough. All
Yeah.
right. Long shot. What's the luckiest moment of your life? Like one of those moments where it's over and you're left blinking and wondering if that really happened.
I think it's the time when we first met, when you found me in a toxic waste with a malfunctioning gas mask.
Ooh. And I just sort of popped that fucker out and
Yeah,
showed
but
you how to use a fake filter. And
you made me pay for it later, but
well, you were good for it. I mean, you are festooned with drugs and medical skill.
yes. Grace,
Yo.
what's the secret you're trying to hide?
Boy, to narrow it down.
You can just pick one. Okay, I said the secret, but
Hmm.
Do you want to answer at the beginning of next session?
No. So, I grew up in a fabric mill, and you managed to probably wrestle this out of me when I was drunk some time when we were traveling together in the wastes. But,
doesn't
basically-
necessarily have to be drunk. I have a wide variety of really questionable things that you can either huff, inhale, or drink.
I was intoxicated.
Okay.
That's a nice general way of putting it.
Yeah.
But basically, it's a hellhole for children. They have you running beneath operating machinery to grab fiber and fabric scraps, and if you aren't fast and aware of your surroundings, your scalp gets torn off. That kind of shit.
That sounds a little like Firestone.
It sure does.
Hmm.
Hmm. Good job.
Nice. Thank you. Well, now we go for the time of roses and thorns. This is our feedback session. It's been the first time we've had Apocalypse World in a few months. We've played a few other times, so pretty excited to hear what your feedback is. So we'll start off with thorns. Who would like to kick off giving some thorns, things that could have been a little different, aspects of the game that confused you, or maybe wasn't your bag?
Babies. Okay. And yeah,
Trains.
Sorry.
I like the sound of trains. I thought that was cool.
Oh, did you see? I never hear it anymore.
No, I meant trains in Brussels.
Oh,
Yes, our train that was late.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
okay.
It was a
I'm
joke.
sorry. I live next to a train track, so
yeah.
everyone.
I heard the train. I just like that.
I also heard train. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, no, I think the only thorn I have is probably I would have liked to meet someone from the
Yep.
Yep.
Absolutely 100% correct. That is definitely a thing that will be addressed. I may even skip time just so we can immediately address that.
That's first session Apocalypse World for you. It's very tough to get everything.
The good GMs make it happen. The good MCs do it. Other Jen, what
What thorns?
thorns?
I didn't get to roll very much, but it kind of didn't matter for my XP take for the session, so it evens out.
Yeah, you could be a 4 XP if the MC were on his ball. Okay. 4 XP.
4 XP. Gotta say, there's not a lot of moves that I like from the Battle Babe, except for the ones that are like a given. Like, who plays a Battle Babe and doesn't take Ice Cold? That's just... But that's not really a complaint with this game.
Oh, it's fair. It's a fair point.
Yeah.
Jules?
I don't have any thorns. I'm doing fake thorns again. I thought it might be weird to already play like in a pre-established world because we don't know much about Junk World. But that was actually kind of fine.
Okay. Kind of fine.
Just
I'm
quickly
good.
go like, I could go like, is this like this or that? And you could always give me a quick answer and not like a 5-minute background story on how things used to be in Junk World. So that was good.
Yeah.
Disguise Rose.
Junk World. Thank you, Disguise Rose. You're good with that. Junk World exists in my mind in this slightly defined, slightly amorphous way because I've run it in a couple of different iterations, so I'm not married to any one particular iteration of it. So that's why it's easy for me to flex around your answers. And this one is a lot more junk than any of the previous Junk Worlds, which is amazing. I love that. So I guess that gets us to Roses. I'm really impressed with the way you guys were like, okay, it's a junkyard. Let's make it really hard to traverse, and let's talk about how water works and how we're going to do food and what are living in buildings like. There are no buildings. There are like sewer pipes, and that was such a cool thing.
Make it even more junky.
It was great. Some really cool ideas. I love that. I appreciate it for everybody. What other roses? Alex, do you have any roses to hand out?
Young Joe Pesci, definitely.
I was like messaging you like, I didn't know Rich had a Joe Pesci.
Yeah. I quite like the thunk G. Thunk.
That was delightful.
I didn't.
I'm trying to toe the line, playing the taciturn asshole sort of character, but like still have output.
Yeah, exactly.
Because like if they're just never doing anything, then they're not mysterious. They're just very boring.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a problem. I mean, go back to Thorns. Yeah, that's probably like I didn't get to get out of that part of the character because then I got, occupied, and I was like, oh, okay, how am I going to get out of that kind of space as well into something a bit more interesting and fun?
I don't know. I thought Father Son was
Creepy as hell.
creepy. Yeah,
Oh, yeah, I mean,
manipulative.
but I also wanted to kind of get a bit of that kind of is he a con man? Does he believe in this?
Yeah.
Thing, which I didn't really get to.
Oh, we'll get there. Don't worry. We'll maelstrom you up.
But yeah, all the other characters I was enjoying.
Good. Jan, what roses did you have?
Again, props for the voices that you did, Rich.
Thank you.
Not just the Pesci, just all of them.
Yeah.
I enjoyed everyone bringing a good character, and it was fun to listen to.
Cool. Jen.
Goodness, roses. I enjoyed a lot of the languidness of this session. I liked the way that everybody got to pile on and describe things and, build up what's going on. I love the Chuck E. Cheese's radio shop. And gosh, what else would I say I really enjoyed about this session? I mean, pinball machines right there.
Yes.
I'm glad. I was nervous. Like, am I really going to put pinball machines in here? Am I really going to commit to having pinball machines in this terrible junk world? Yes, I am.
Yes, of course.
If people don't feel comfortable including trashy pop culture in an apocalypse sort of setting, then they're not doing it right. So I think one of the things that makes a post-apocalyptic setting sing is the sort of cargo culty nature of found material culture being repurposed.
Good. I'm glad it was good for you guys. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Jules, you kind of already snuck one in, so that's why you had to go last.
No, I was happy how it's turning out. I wasn't sure about Drinkwill, I already said, or we had very little time to think about characters this time. So, but with the Apocalypse World, it all just works out anyway. And you did a great job too, Rich. Like the first session of Apocalypse World is always, an ungrateful job in many ways. So a great job getting us through there.
Thanks. Awesome. Well, I very much look forward to kicking this into. I think I'm going to try to write some love letters for next time.
Nice.
Letters. Yay.
Love letter. It's been so long.
I know, guys. It's been forever. So we'll love letter it up, and we will do our second of third sessions. Jen will not be able to attend the third session because she's going to be under PAX Unplugged, getting swamped at all moments of that entire weekend. So we will have to make sure that Grace gets a good, solid exit.
All right.
I think that means she dies, but
But then you get to use your move.
Oh yeah, that's cool. Awesome.
Cool.
Please wait with dying until I'm there.
All right, fine.
Ooh, sweet. All right, love letter. She starts off dead. Okay. Awesome. All right, talk to you guys later.
Bye.
Bye.